Hey everyone, welcome back to M&M IELTS. This is Manmohit. Now, as the name suggests, the thumbnail suggests, the title suggests, today we are going to look at another of the essay writing topic in the IELTS exam. Whether it's IELTS academic or IELTS general, we know that the task 2 remains exactly the same. And today we are going to discuss about direct question, which is also known as 2 question task or double question task or anything like that. As the name suggests, what would happen is they won't be asking you for your opinion, like do you agree or do you disagree with the statement, what are the advantages or disadvantages, nothing like that. They are just going to be very direct and straightforward with you by just asking you a question and they need the answer for that one. So in this type of question, in this type of essay, we do not get to make a choice. We just have to answer based on whatever question that they have asked us. So this statement of mine might scare you a bit that, oh, we don't not have our own choice. We just have to do whatever they say. But according to me, this is no different than the other essay types that you get. It is still an essay title, it is still an essay topic, it is still asking you some questions, and it is still the same criteria, marking criteria, scoring, and every single thing. As the name says, two question or double question, it simply means that there won't be just one question that is being asked. There would be two questions that would be asked in this particular topic, and then our job is to answer both of the questions one by one. That's just the gist of what this topic is all about. In this video, first I would be showing you a question, an exam question that has actually been tested in the exam many times, and then based on that, a sample answer as to how could you go about that particular essay and get a good band score, and few things to obviously take care of. For this particular essay topic. Now, that's the question. It says some sports are extremely dangerous, but many people still like them very much. Why do people take part in dangerous sports? Give some suggestions on how to deal with these dangers. Right? So as you can see, they've given us a statement, which is my first sentence. Then they have asked me a first question, and then they have asked me a second question. By looking at this, I can straight away identify that it's a direct question that they have given me. They're not giving me a choice. They just want me to decide based on whatever I feel like. Then, the moment I read my statement, what comes to my mind? It says some sports are talking about sports are extremely dangerous, but many people still like them very much. Now, everyone has got their different opinion about dangerous sports. You might feel that tennis is the most dangerous sport, whereas some other person might feel that surfing is the most dangerous sport. So every individual will have their own different opinion. According to me, surfing, rugby, or pretty much any water sports, according to me, because I've got a fear of water. So according to me, any sports that involve water are extremely dangerous sports. Whereas some people might feel different, right? Because we're all individuals, we're all different people. So it's absolutely fine. This is what I mean by planning stage. When you get the essay topic, I am not going to write or type my essay right away in the exam. I would be taking about 5 minutes or so just to plan my ideas as to what am I going to write or type in my essay. My first question is, why do people take part in dangerous sports? Now, the sports like surfing or rugby or any all things like that, why do people take part in that? First thing that comes to my mind is passion. People like those sports, so it doesn't matter if they're dangerous or not, they just like doing them. Passion. Another thing that comes in my mind is a lot of money, for sure. If it's a dangerous sport, it's not just everyone's cup of cake, so it's easier to get into. Yes, harder to play, but then easier to get into, and then yes, you can earn a lot of money. A lot of sponsorships, because if there's less players that are getting into those sports, there'll be a lot of sponsorship options that you might have. So all these kind of things come in my mind. Why do people get into them? And give some suggestions on how to deal with these dangers. Suggestions as in solutions, or what can you think of can be done. I can say some strict regulations, Like, people are not just doing anything and everything in those sports. There should be some proper rules and regulations that should be followed. Some sort of regulatory bodies should be appointed. There should be coaches, trainers, and all that stuff who can take and maintain the spirit of the game, who can maintain the level of danger that is being given out in those sports. So all those kind of things just come to my mind in terms of solutions. So this is what I do in my planning stage for first 5 minutes or so. Just plan. Now it becomes a lot easier for you to write or type the essay because you have already got some good ideas in your mind which you can utilize. What I'll do now is I'll just share the sample answer that I've got with me, one paragraph at a time, and we can go over that just to understand how we go about that. The way I go about any of our essay is going to be 4 paragraphs, where I start with my introduction, as in I introduce the essay. I talk about body 1, the first body paragraph, where I would be answering my first question for this particular topic. I will have another body paragraph just to make the essay sound a bit more professional and academic. I will answer the second question in body 2, and then I will conclude the essay. So this is how I would be going about my essay. Now again, there's no set limit as to how many paragraphs you can write or type. You can even have 5 paragraphs, 6 paragraphs, that's absolutely fine. But I don't see the need to have multiple paragraphs. I am happy with having 4 paragraphs only. Let's start with the first one. Now, what I've written over here is, which I said as introduction. So I basically take my first sentence of the question, which is, some sports are extremely dangerous, but many people still like them very much. So this is what I've written. In recent years, we have seen a considerable rise in dangerous sports, even though we haven't, but I just put that because it just sounded good. In this essay, I'm very straightforward and clear with what I'm going to do, just so that any examiner who's reading my essay have a clear understanding of what I am or what that person is going to experience in my particular essay. In this essay, I will discuss some of the main reasons why people engage in such sports and suggest ways in which some risks involved in such sports can be reduced. So I basically took my questions, whatever was given in the essay, and then I just rearranged, paraphrased, rephrased my words and just put all those words down exactly like that. So this is what you do in your introduction. Very straightforward. You don't have to think a lot from your side. You don't reveal much information in that. You just take out the same information from the question and you put it down by paraphrasing that. In the next body paragraph, I am going to talk about my first question now, which is, why do people take part in dangerous sports? So this is my paragraph. The main reason why people go for dangerous sports is that, again, I do not beat around the bush, I just go straight to the point, is that they get the thrill out of them. Like I said, passion. They like to challenge their abilities and potential. They feel a sense of satisfaction when they come face to face with fears while bungee jumping, rock climbing, you can even add surfing. I even feel that rugby is an extreme dangerous sport. So you can even put rugby and so on. Again, like I said, every person is different. So you can put any sport that you feel like. You can even put cricket, tennis, football, soccer, anything which you feel is an extremely dangerous one. In addition, going through a dangerous experience gives them the courage and confidence to face the hurdles of their daily life. So I'm not wandering around my question. I'm just still intact with whatever the question was. The question was like, why do people play it? So I'm still saying the reason for people playing these extremely dangerous sports is that they get that courage and confidence to face any other difficulties in their daily life. Another reason for pursuing such sports, I'm just using some different varieties of words, different synonyms, just so I do not repeat my vocabulary words, is that there's a lot of fame and money involved in them. Like I said, the money part, yes. And then they get attention by doing stunts on motorcycles and jumping from tall buildings, like let's say surfing on water, anything like that. They make headlines in newspapers and news channels. They feel great when their name comes in the Guinness Book of World Records and other organizations. Again, you don't have to mention this. body, but then if you know the name, if you know how to pronounce, if you know how to spell those words, you can even include them. But again, you have to make sure of the grammar, that because it's the name of an organization, you have to put every single letter capital of that, because it's the name of a company. Once they get famous, there is great earning potential as well. For instance, supporting it by an example, many businesses hire them to endorse their product. They also get jobs on the basis of such skills. So basically, I had an idea that once they get into those sports, it's hard to play them, but once you do them well, you're well settled in your life. You don't have to work for next 40 or 50 years. You just play for a few years and your life is set because you earn such good. And this is exactly what I've portrayed in this particular paragraph. So I did not even answer or started answering my second question, which was give some suggestions how to deal with these dangers, because I would be doing that in my next paragraph. My next paragraph says, many steps can be taken to reduce the risks involved. Firstly, these sports should be done under strict supervision and all safety precautions should be taken. Now I'm just suggesting my solutions for that one. Sports companies that cater to such sports should require a license for providing such training. Like I said, there should be some licensing or regulatory bodies. For instance, again giving an example, while performing water sports such as river rafting or surfing, safety jackets must be worn by the participants to curtail the risk of any misshaping, as in to prevent any sort of mishappenings. Furthermore, the government should have to ensure security by making it mandatory to perform these activities only under the observation of skilled coaches, just so that no one is just doing that in their backyard or anything like that. There should be some strict supervision to perform those kind of sports. So I've answered my second question as well. So I've basically clarified, I've basically covered all the things that were asked to me in the question, and my job is done with that. And finally, I would be concluding my essay. To put it in a nutshell, that's my most favorite sentence. I just use the same words in any essay I get, because in the exam you would just be getting one essay, so examiner won't see that you've memorized that. It just means that you're concluding an essay. I penned down saying that people do such sports for fun, for passion, for money, and for fame. And that's with any other sports, but extremely dangerous sports, it's not everyone's cup of tea. So they will only do if they actually like that sport, if they actually want to earn money and all those kind of things. However, such sports should be performed after sufficient training from licensed companies and under some supervision. So I basically took the same ideas that I discussed in my second and third paragraph. So I just jotted it down exactly the same way in my last paragraph. Obviously not word by word, but then still exactly the same thing, just paraphrasing it a bit. I hope this video did make a bit of sense to you, that we're not doing anything extraordinary to get a good band score. What we are doing is we are just satisfying the criteria of the essay. We are just satisfying the criteria of what was asked from us. As long as you answer the questions that were asked from you, as long as you do not make any grammatical mistakes, you have got a good set of vocabulary or a good set of words, sentences, phrases, clauses that you're using in your essay, making no spelling mistakes and all that stuff, you should be all good by getting a good band score. But then again, if you would have seen, they asked me 2 questions, I gave them 2 answers. I did not give them 3 answers. So you don't have to include something just to make your essay sound fancy, because that's not something that they're after. They just need what they asked from you. I hope this video made sense. Now, if you have any sort of questions, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. If you have any sort of content ideas for us as to which type of videos would you like to see next, you can even put that down and we can make those videos on a priority basis as compared to what we have got planned. If you haven't already, you can consider subscribing to this channel, just so that whenever those new future videos are up, you get notified about them straight away. We post videos every single week. All the best if you have got your exams coming soon. If you haven't prepared yet, there's other videos as well on our channel recently. You can watch those, understand them. Again, any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. All the best, and I'll see you all in the next video next week.